In previous video, we have covered module 3 memory management. In that memory management module 3, in that we have covered management, swapping, background strategies, all those things, and we have done with contiguous memory allocation. So this video will cover non-contiguous memory allocation and paging, and will continue. So non-contiguous memory allocation, what happens in non-contiguous memory allocation is, in non-contiguous memory allocation, suppose if we have a process of 4k, okay, and we have a free space of 1k and we have a free space of 3k. So what we can do is we can divide the process into two parts, one 1k, one 3k, based on the available free space, and we can allocate them. The like 1k we can allocate here, 3k we can allocate here. The drawback of non-contiguous memory allocation is, advantage is, see, if this is the scenario, I have this free space and this free space and this free space, so 1k plus 2k plus 3k, if it is contiguous, I cannot divide the process, so I cannot accommodate the process at all, because I don't have continuous 4k memory available. But according to non-contiguous, we are allowed to divide the process according to free space and accommodate. So this 1k we have accommodated here, this 3k we have accommodated here. Every time checking the free space and every time dividing the process according to that is a time consuming process. So this process of contiguous memory allocation is not appreciable. So what we can do is, we can divide virtual memory in non-contiguous memory allocation scheme. What we do is, we divide the virtual memory into equal sized blocks called page, and we divide main memory into equal sized blocks called frame. And suppose one process is taking here 2 pages or 3 pages. So when we bring the same process to main memory, this also takes 3 frames. So one thing you can easily understand is, if it is taking 3 pages in virtual memory, it will take 3 frames in main memory after bringing to main memory. So there is no internal fragmentation. Why there is no internal fragmentation? Because page size equals to frame size. If it is taking 3 pages here, it will be fit into 3 frames here. So we can avoid internal fragmentation in non-contiguous memory allocation. Next we will go for paging. So if you see how paging happens in main memory, one important thing I want to tell you, see, while drawing the diagram, how I have drawn is, physical memory is in right side and logical memory, that is main memory, in left side I have drawn. So don't get confused, don't think this is logical memory. This is physical, means original memory, and this is our virtual memory. Suppose in virtual memory, for a particular process, let's say it is a particular process P0, I have page 0, 1, 2, 3 stored in the virtual memory. That page we have brought to the main memory. Okay, because CPU is directly connected with main memory. So if I want to execute process P0, I need to, suppose CPU refers for process P0's page 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So what we need to do, we need to bring all the 4 pages from virtual memory to main memory. Now how to know page 0 is kept in which location of main memory? It is not always possible. We have seen in non-contiguous memory allocation, all the process will be broken into pieces, and then we have seen in paging scheme, process will be broken into page wise in virtual memory, and it will be broken into frame wise in main memory. So one page will be copied to one frame, but all the pages will not be continuously present in all the frames in main memory. There may be some gap according to the free space available in main memory. So suppose there is no available space, So if page 0 is kept in frame 1, page 1 is kept in frame 4, like that. So there is a unit called memory management unit. There is a program which will help us to know which page number is converted to which frame. So memory management unit will help us to know which page of virtual memory is present in which frame number in physical memory. So this is your frame number and this is your page number. This is your page number, page 01, 2, 3. Here it is frame 01, 2, 3 up to 7. So in one location we have page number P0. So memory management unit will provide, with the help of page table, it will show us the mapping which page is stored in which frame. You can easily understand page 0. So this is actually page number and this is actually frame number. Okay, so page number 0 stored in frame number 1. Similarly, page number 3 is stored in frame number 7. Now let us take a problem and solve. This is a paging example of with 32-bit memory with 4 byte pages. So what is the meaning? See, this is your logical memory, means this is your virtual memory, and this is your normal main memory. This is your main memory or physical memory. Main memory is nothing but physical memory. So in virtual memory, we have considered just 4 pages in virtual memory. Page number 0, as we told, it is a memory with 4 byte pages. So 4 byte means one page consists of 4 byte. As we know, page size equals to frame size. So in main memory also, one frame can hold how many byte? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, because page size is equals to frame size. So if one page in virtual memory consists of 4 bytes, one frame in main memory also will consist of 4 bytes only. So we can see here in 4 bytes what is stored here, ABCD. So this, according to the availability of space in main memory, will be copied somewhere. You can see this is copied here, and last one MNOP is copied here. Now memory management unit will provide a page table. Usually we denote as PT page. According to this page table, we'll find out which page is present where in the main memory, that is which frame it is available. According to this previous explanation, so this is your which number, this is your, you can see here, this 0 and this 0 are same. This 1 and this 1 are same. So what is that? This is page number. And what is that 5? This 5 is frame number. So how to find out which page is where according to this page table is, see, each page consists of 4 bytes. So fifth frame, each frame consists of 4 bytes. So frame number 5 means which location it will be? 5 frames equals to 5 into 4 byte, that is 20 byte we have to move. So where we will get page 0? We should get it in frame number 20. Is it understandable? 0th page is present in frame number 5, where each frame consists of 4 bytes. So 5th frame number means it will be which byte? It will be 20th byte. 20th byte is nothing but 5th frame. Similarly, arbitrarily you would just take 3rd page number is present in 2nd frame. So 2nd frame means 2 into 4, 8. So 3rd page will start from 8th location. MNOP will start from 8th location. Usually this kind of problem will be asked in the exam. Next topic after paging, we will just discuss with structure of the page table. So if we consider structure of the page table, we can just see how is the structure of page table. Just don't consider this part, okay? Don't consider TLB part. So TLB part, if you don't consider, how it will be? I will just put a chocolate on that. Just TLB part don't consider. This is the structure of actually page table. How is the structure of page table? CPU will generate a page number and CPU will generate a offset. Okay, so page number will be, TLB means also don't consider, because first we are not considering TLB. Page number will be checked in the page table. How we have checked in the previous example. So you can easily see this is our page table. So page number will come from here. Okay, page number will come from here. This is the page number that will be checked here, and which frame number it is there, that frame number, from that frame number CPU will get the required page. Okay, so in this page table also we have page number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have frame number. Now I will just briefly tell what is the offset. Offset is according to this previous one. If you see what is the offset actually, offset is, see here, this is the page number, this is the frame number 5, right? This is the page number 0, it is present in frame number 5. But what is the offset here? Offset value is 4. Like I can tell offset value is 2. If CPU wants to get only 2 bytes from that 4, CPU can refer the D value. This is the D value, what we told. This is the D value. So this D value CPU can give 2 also, 3 also, 4 also. Here maximum offset value at location 20th, like, or 5th frame you can say, it is 4. So offset value can be maximum 4 in this case if I want to access this one. So it can be less than 4 also. So it means what? Go to page number 5 and access 4 bytes. So what will be written here? Here the value will be 5. 5 is the page number, and here what will be the value for D? Value for D will be 4. So value of D can be 4 or less than 4, that is clear, because this page 0 already it is having 4 bytes. So it cannot be more than 4. It should be less than or equals to 4. So if the page number is found in the page table, so what has to be done? According to the D value, it can be fetched from the physical memory. So if they ask in exam what is paging hardware, you don't need to give TLB and you can just draw the diagram. Diagram is mandatory. Now if we add TLB, why I kept same diagram? Because it will help us to understand the diagram. See here in this diagram what we have taken, we have added one TLB. TLB is just like a cache. Here searching is very fast. You can see between these two where is the difference. In page table we have kept all the entries. See, page table also will be kept in the main memory only, and page table also will be taking some memory space. It will be occupying some memory. But page table, all the entries of all the pages which are brought to main memory will be there. So it is very big. Searching time of page table will be more. So if I want to speed up the process, what we can do, some important page or very currently recently executable page, we can just copy from page table to TLB. So you can see here page number 1 and 2 entry, let's say we have taken to TLB. Thinking that these 2 pages will be immediately required and we don't need to search whole page table for that. So TLB is just a subset of page table entry. Structure is same, page number and frame number, here also page number and frame number, but only difference is it is a cache memory, so searching time is very less. It is costly, but time is more important than cost nowadays. So to speed up the execution, paging hardware with TLB will be using one cache memory. So what will be the effective access time? If we assume memory access time is X, so for accessing page table also it will be X. For accessing the particular frame page in main memory also, frame in main memory also, it will be X, because we are searching a particular data from main memory, whereas we are searching the entry in the page table. Both are memory access, so we can take memory access time as X. Now as of now forget about that X. How it works we will see first. When the CPU will refer a page number, let's say 2. So 2 is first 2 will be searched in TLB. Okay. So if it is found, what will happen? We'll get corresponding frame number. So we'll get the corresponding frame number for main memory and we will add the offset value. Offset value already I have discussed. I am not telling once again. So if the offset value is 5, like according to that, if the offset value is 5 and offset value is 5 and D value is 4, so ABCD in the 5th memory location, ABCD will be accessed. Now the question is, other than 1 and 2 we have not copied anything. So if the page reference is for page number 5, it is not present in TLB. So to access TLB we need to spend time, but it is a miss in TLB. So if the case of TLB miss, we need to again check, operating system has to again check in the page table. It will find the page 5. So what is the corresponding frame number? That frame number should be checked and up to that offset value will be taken. Like offset value is 4, means from that particular frame number if offset value is 4 locations of that frame will be accessed. So effective access time, if you want to find out, what we will do is, see, effective access time in the case of hit, like in the case of searching for 2, it is already there in TLB, so it is a time for TLB search. Then after we get the frame number, we need to search the frame from main memory. Main memory access time is X we have taken. So TLB plus X in the case of hit. If it is the case of miss, what will happen? TLB should be searched, but that particular page number is not present in TLB because it is a TLB miss. But TLB has to be searched, for that search time for TLB has to be given. As it is a TLB miss, then next it has that page reference, page number coming from CPU should be searched in page table. So memory access time is X, page table is also present in memory, so page table access time is nothing but memory access time. So this is also X. Then frame number should be find out, and according to frame number, frame is present in memory only. So from a particular frame, page should be accessed, so particular memory access time will be X. So TLB searching time plus X. This X is page table searching, this X is page searching in memory. Particular page should be taken from frame, so that searching time is X. So what we did, CPU has given logical address that should be checked in the page table, then frame number should be generated, then physical memory should be checked. It is a normal case. If it is a with TLB should be checked. If it is not present, page table should be checked. If it is present in page table access time is X. Then frame also should be present in main memory, so frame access time is also X, because frame is nothing but searching for